Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Revival Tournaments. This is Gold Mason, and I am joined by my hungover friend, my father, Zacpz.
What's up, Gold? How are we doing? I'm going to be hungover in the morning, but right now we are lit.
I am doing fantastic, and it's a fantastic day for gaming, I must say. Donkey Space, better known as Cowboy Dan, playing Altina, two old school titans of the game. I didn't think I would be lucky enough to commentate a match like this.
Yeah, Donkey Space Cowboy Dan, of course, the winner of Callus Invitational 2. He's, knows what it takes to go the whole way through this tournament. So if you look at the players he's beaten in his career, he's, second to none in terms of scalps taken. Altina never really had the same kind of high-level results, but as a player that's really well known for good building and really pushing the metagame.
Absolutely. And we're going to commentate these games. We got game one in the lower bracket for round 2 of Jimvitational.
Yep, the loser is out.
It's going to be a dang shame to see one of these gamers out so early. Here comes some spikes. Altina going to Blissey. Wow, on a taunt. That's not too bad.
Possible, Altina may have had a little bit of speed and seen himself lose the spike war there in terms of who's going first and known it was taunt.
Definitely possible. Ice Beam trying to catch something else coming in, but it's just T-Tar. Back to Skarm. Played all makes sense. Altina seemed to be okay with letting layers go up.
Yeah, absolutely. Wouldn't be too surprised to see a spinner in the back for Dan either.
I think that Metagross was trying to catch a Toxic from Skarmory, but Dan kind of gave away that it doesn't have it at all. Hidden Power Fire. Kind of hurt the Skarm, doesn't hurt the Swampert.
Not at all. Psychic will, though.
Yeah, good point. And Hydro Pump missing is actually really bad for Dan here. It's a nice Earthquake, but that is a Melodic.
That is a Melodic, and that seems like quite a defensive Swampert.
Celebi looks like an absolute menace for Altina's team, I have to say. It's going to get a Giga Drain off on Milo. Training for just a Toxic is
pretty good going. I mean, B threatens Claydol, trying to stop it coming in. It can also Leech Seed if it's got the move. It's a potential good disruptor into this kind of team.
Absolutely. It does look like it is 3 attacks with Leech Seed, which is fairly good. I think Calm Mind actually does even better in this matchup, but Celebi's going to have to switch.
Can't have 5 moves.
That's true. That's true. I did appreciate that Dan tried to go for the read on Skarmory or something else coming in with the Hidden Power Fire, but it did let Melodic get back up to health.
Super Ratchy. Dan, unsurprisingly, not fussed about chipping Claydol for more than 50% there. 50 after lefties, in exchange for losing his layers.
Dan still does have the Skarmory available, so not too bad of a trade.
Unsurprising to see Calm Mind, given the fact we've seen Bolt Beam coverage so far. And that is still a Melodic.
And also, you kind of need the end-game breaking power / Suicune check on this type of team.
What do you think we're seeing? Are we just seeing V5 Metagross? Is last going to be Doug?
Almost certainly.
Not the biggest push of a team from Altina, but something solid that's been good in the meta for a while.
This Tyranitar might be out of range of a Surf. Yeah. Is the standard bulky tar. Oh, it's a miss instead.
Can't flinch, don't hit.
Oh man. That is really frustrating for Dan. I mean, Jirachi is still going to be able to do a lot here. Here comes Doug Trio. So maybe not. Jirachi might go down here. Does.
Might well do. I mean, there are slower Super Ratchy that will live a Doug hit, but clearly not what Dan's packing.
Yeah, more than likely that was a That was a pretty special attack / speed invested Jirachi.
Yeah, you're looking somewhere in the 270s, 280 speed, maybe even max, but I don't think it's max from the Claydol damage. Skarm getting nice taunt off on Bliss there.
That was pretty nice. But
Hands behind, so the pressure. Oof. Also has nothing to capitalize on it with.
yeah, Arrow's gonna come in. A flinch here on a melodic stay could be huge. Yeah, wow. We're back in the ball game here. Yep. Both switching. Metagross is a pretty safe play for Altina. That was a nice double from Dan as well, I have to say. Oh wow, and Blissy's now also dead.
Oh yeah.
Claydol is nearly dead as well. Although Spike gone does mean that Melodic and Blissey will have a chance again. Down Blissey goes. Altina trying to get it in on a swap to Skarmory or something like that.
But the Milo can just heal up now.
That is true. Still need to deal with the Celebi, but the Doug trio looks pretty scary in the back there.
Yeah, that it does. It obviously can't switch in this turn because the obvious threat of Giga Drain. Could potentially split in this turn. Yeah, there we go.
Definitely went for it, but Skarm was actually kind of free for Cowboy Dan.
Yeah, the aggro play, of course, would be to Giga again, but...
I think Pert's going to go down here.
Not quite.
Not quite,
to an HP fire, but good as dead.
Pretty much. Pert is slower than the Melodic, so the Melodic will be able to out-bulk it.
Yeah, that seems like a fairly standard defensive Pert. If I recall correctly, it was slower than Blissey.
Dan going once again for flinches and gets another one. Does not find the last one to take the Melodic down. But still has...
Tina's staying in here.
Oh, wow. Aerodactyl barely lives.
And there's the switch to Metagross that maybe should have come a few turns ago.
Oh, Pursuit!
Oh, you love to see it. I do love that set. Rarely seen outside of Ubers, but absolutely fantastic when it comes off.
That was, yeah, that was pretty great. Arrow goes down, huge threat to the team. Claydol, notably, still alive. To spin that spike away, but...
Altina could have even sacked Skarmory there if it wasn't Peck for the Doug to come in, but...
I mean, yeah, and with Celebi gone, I don't see a way back for Cowboy Dan here. Is the Pert even... yeah, Pert is barely able to come in at any point and will just die at that point. Claydol's going to have a free entry here, I believe, after the Doug trio goes down. Or Metagross even, yeah, that works too. Skarm goes down, and... Oh, Pert didn't even live the spikes. Wow. That Pursuit came in intensely clutch. Arrow still definitely had a lot of chances through this game. Skarmory and Claydol and Melodic were all chipped. And Doug Trio's not really going to do too much to Arrow anyways. So, yeah, that Pursuit came in very clutch. Bringing it home for Altina.
There's a lot of mons there that can just kind of muscle their way through Aerodactyl individually. 4 of them, in fact.
Yeah.
Solid team pick from Altina. Solid play. Dan just had no wiggle room there with his main breakers.
Yep. And losing Jirachi that early to the Doug trio is also pretty devastating. But we are on to game 2. Skarm lead. Does not like to see the
Tyranitar
Zapdos.
switch.
Indeed.
That is notably not a special wall.
Not at all. So Dan's team definitely has trouble switching in. Altina is running the Survive a Rock Slide set. Okay, never mind. There's a Blissey there, and it immediately gets trapped by Dugtrio.
To say Dan's main reason for going to T-Tar there is to try not to get Bliss trapped with the Zapdug, but Altina seeing straight through it.
That is...
And no crit or freeze, which would have been the one bail for Dan here.
Yeah, that is the bulky Doug. Down Blissey goes, and Dan is already on a pretty rough track. Zapdos going to get to click T-Bolt pretty freely here.
Yeah.
And
that's huge. If that was Peck, the Zapdos was going down. Dan clearly saying, I'm going to get my layer up. It's a Zapdug. It's unlikely there's spin.
Peck or Toxic. It was one of the two.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Peck would have made it as well.
Oh
That
no, Dan.
Good for Dan.
Dan went for a read, and instead got his Aerodactyl T-waved, and down it goes. This is yeah, not looking great for Cowboy Dan. Crits the tar just for good measure. He was almost certain to live that attack, and
It crit the arrow too.
Zapdos the Menace finally goes down after 4 Pokemon gone plus a para on a Metagross. Wow.
Yeah, Doug's going to shoot just a chunk the Metagross there.
Yeah, this Snorlax is going to have EQ. The last for Dan is probably a Pert.
Yeah, there's no way Altina would be risking Snorlax there were it not EQ.
Yeah, and it's a Moltres, not a Pert. I guess the Metagross shores up that matchup. Dan trying to read a Explosion.
Going for the double protection for the same reason. Altina's Explosion, if he has it, getting easier and easier now.
Gonna click it now. Yep. Down Moltres goes. And that is...
turns.
Yeah, 18 turns. That's the ball game. Cowboy Dan is out of the tournament.
Just going to out there, Altina's heads-up play at the start to take the T-bot and not force the Doug straight in, knowing that Dan's a good enough player to play around Zapdug, really got him the early advantage.
Absolutely. I think Altina mentioned that this team was EV'd by Sadlecius, so that Zapdos notably has, I believe, somewhere around the realm of 216 HP EVs or more to survive Rock Slide from T-Tar. And yeah, it definitely came in clutch here, and the bulky Doug as well. Really solid play, really good bring from Altina. 3 unrevealeds and an 18-turn game.
They were all Shuckle, all 3 of them.
Of course, yep. That's exactly what I expect from Sadlecius. But yeah, fantastic game, fantastic showing from both players. We're sad to see Cowboy Dan leave so early, but we're excited to see what Altina will do in the rest of the tournament. And yeah, got anything else to say, Zach?
Yeah, just shout out to all the recent donors that you guys will recently have your name up on the screen. And if you want to keep donating to keep the tour going, links in the description.
Absolutely, and please feel free to like, subscribe, and follow the channel. We are putting out, hopefully we'll be caught up here shortly with the rest of the videos. And yeah, the tournament coverage has been pretty great so far, and we have a lot more in store. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me, Zach.
Yeah, you.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and we will see you next time on another Jimvitational commentated set.
Peace.